What's your definition of okay? No. You know, have what I think Coach said, what a rib injury. So we'll let him address everything.
How did you feel when you came back out when you ran onto the field?
Once again, you're asking how you feeling during a football game after you're getting beat up. So I felt okay.
How about during the drive?
Okay.
Is that just adrenaline carrying you through it?
Yeah. That's one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you have to take a painkiller at all?
I'll let Coach address those things. Sorry.
How long have you been saving that play you ran?
Long time. Great call. You know, Randy asked if I thought, you know, it would be a good play call, and I thought that's if you're going to have one, now's the time. And it was a great call.
Because of the situation or something that they opened up?
Why it was a good call?
Yeah.
That situation. Yeah, it's a situation, right? You can chuck it down the field and do things like that, but it's kind of the old trick 'em, hook 'em ladder type thing, and it, you know, obviously it worked.
Ben, what kind of challenge do you guys have ahead of you now?
A big one.
Losing streak.
A big one. We all need to look in the mirror and, you know, figure out what's going on, and you know, it starts with each individual needs to look inside first.
What do you think the problem is?
I have no idea. If I knew, we'd have it fixed.
You lose 3 in a row like you guys have lost. Each one of them seemed like they were right there.
Right.
Is that confidence threatening at all? Or?
No, I think sometimes it makes it worse when it's right there. You know, if you get blown out, it doesn't seem to hurt as bad when you have a chance. But you know, it's an ultimate team game. You know, it wasn't easy, and so things happen.
Ben, what about your stretch in there for a couple series before you finally get to win? What did you have to do to kind of get yourself back to where you felt comfortable?
Well, I was just let Coach tell me to go.
You feel you'll be good for next week?
I think, yeah. I mean, I would assume so. I can't predict it, but I would assume so, yeah.
Ben, you've been part of a team that's been hot at the right time.
Right.
You have these 3 games, 2 against very good teams. Is that an opportunity to get hot?
Well, we are not at the right time right now. So, you know, we've got 3 left, and against a really good football team. So it doesn't get any easier.
What do you think this team is made of?
Well, I think we got a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and we'll stay together.
What's the field like out there?
I'm sorry?
The field conditions today?
Terrible. I mean, well, we knew that coming in. Randy addressed it. I shouldn't say terrible. Sorry, that's the wrong word. It wasn't ideal, but Randy addressed it all week to the offense and made sure, you know, he I mean, literally preached it every day. He said something to the offense about make sure you have the right shoes. You saw how many times guys slipped out there. I think they might even slip more than we did. But it is what it is.
Is that what happened on the field goal? Just basically.
It looked like I don't know what Boz said or did, but from my perspective, it looked like it.
You worried about place kicks at this point?
No, I still have confidence in him. You know, and I told him that right here next to me before it happened. I said, hey, keep your head up. I still believe in you.
All right.
All right.
Gets the shotgun snap. He's back. He pumps. He fires. End zone. And it's pulled in, but they're going to say beyond the end line. Juju went up, pulled it down, juggled it, and as he fell, his momentum carried him out of the end zone. So the field goal unit is on to try to tie this game up.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa. You got to take a look at that. That looked like a touchdown. All right. The officials got to take a look at that.
The ruling on the previous play of an incomplete pass will be reviewed.
All right, good job. I mean, it looked like he caught that.
It sure did. That looked like a toe tapper. Here's Ron Torbert.
The Pittsburgh receiver established control of the ball, got 2 feet down inbounds, and survived initial contact with the ground. It's a completed catch for a touchdown.
Well, you hear the Steeler Nation. It has responded to Juju's 5th of the year, and for Ben Roethlisberger, yet another touchdown.
And look at all the terrible towels. You know,
the roar was huge.
Yeah.
You can hear them all going, Ju for Juju. They're excited, so's the sideline guy.
And it's Ridley getting the call. He knifes into the end zone. Stephen Ridley with his first rushing touchdown of the year, and the Steelers are in position to knot things up.
Beautiful job. You know, hat on a hat. You got Roosevelt Nix leading up on the linebacker, and there was such a nice crease there, Wolf. I mean, that's what you love. You know, we talk about the way guys don't block on goal line. Finally, man, they came off the ball and they drove the silver and black back in the end zone.
Speaking of days of yore, this is grabbing grass and getting muddy a little bit. Guys coming off the ball, and we see people actually falling on the ground and getting rolled back. That's old school football.
Ball is twirling in Oakland. Quick pop over the middle. Catching it is Juju. He gets the chuck for the touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in a crowd would not be denied.
Once again, he was the trail guy in the bunch and does a great job of catching the ball in a crowd. You got a block from Jesse, and you got a block from Ryan Switzer. Now, technically, that's not a block, but they just ran into one another.
That you needed a shoehorn to get that ball into
Right.
that crack there. My heavens, that was a small
Now,
window.
a very important extra point try.
Right.
Because the Steelers have a 3-point lead at the moment. If they take it to 4, they take the field goal out of Derek Carr's hands. The holder is Barry, the snapper candidate. Boswell, having doinked one in earlier this game.
Of course, that's highly
Stunned, man. We didn't get off the field when we needed to, and our offense just kept us in the. Even at the end, they were moving the ball. Had them 4th and 6. You can't ask for a better opportunity. It's a team game, but we got to get the stop right there.
Man, you got to get ready for Sunday, man. Ain't nothing to be said. You know, it's part of the league. You'll have winning streaks and losing streaks. You just got to prepare for the next one.
How was Derek Carr in this offense able to get into a rhythm there on that final drive?
Just doing what they do, you know, getting the ball out quickly, letting his playmakers make plays.
You know, we made a couple plays on offense, made a couple plays on defense, but we just didn't make enough, you know, to win.
Kim was just talking about how frustrating it is to lose the way you guys have lost these last 3 games by just 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough, you know, these last couple games, but, you know, it's football. You know, we play the, you know, great players every week, so, you know, we just got to, you know, take this one under the chin and then, you know, get ready for next week, go back home and just handle business.
Chris, you still have confidence in yourself?
Yeah, that'll never change. Just have to start putting more for them.
How hard is it when you miss 2 to lose by 3?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of heat on you, but, I mean, it's not the first time in my life this has happened, and I just got to find a way through it.
You had talked earlier in the season, you were having some struggles early, and you guys thought you had worked out some mechanical issues and seemed to settle down. Are you out of mechanics at all, do you think? Or is it a fundamental?
I mean, obviously not if I keep missing kicks, and I just got to get back to it and figure it out and continue on from here.
It's tough, man. You put a lot of energy into the sport, a lot of work into it, and you know, losing games like this, and you know, everyone taking turns. It's just tough, man. It's tough. But like I said, there's still a lot ahead of us, so we'll see what this team's made of.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying we'll see what this team's made of next week for sure.
Is there a saturation point to how much frustration the team can absorb? It's 3 weeks in a row now.
It's been brutal, man. It's been brutal. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, put that behind us, wipe it clean. Let's go back to work on Wednesday and realize, man, it's a 3-week season. That's all we got. And if you could look back at the beginning of the season and say we'd be at this point now, leading the division, right? Still, right? I mean, let's go get it.
Man, as a DB, as a leader of the DBs, man, I'm gonna just take this personal, man. I got to make sure that my unit is playing well. We can't allow people to catch the ball in some practice. I'm just going back to practice. The NFL is hard, man, and you just can't show up when you want to. Show up on Sunday to make a play. I feel like I believe in trusting the process. I believe in the grind, and I believe that practice makes perfect, man. And you play how you practice. And I feel like we need to take a step back as DBs, and because that's the only thing that I can control, what the DBs do. Take a step back at the DBs and go through the film, man, and really just be hard on ourselves and want to push ourselves to want the pressure to be on us to make the plays to close the game out. And we have to do a better job of not giving the ball back to the offense, of us closing the games out and us winning the game.
Shotgun snap, big rush, and they sack Carr back at the 25, and timing it perfectly, as he always does, is Mike Hilton.
Wow, how about the way Mike Hilton came off the slot? Nobody picked him up. Derek Carr tried to step up in the pocket, and there was no place for Derek Carr. And that That's his 30. That's the 39th time he's been sacked this year.
And I think it's Mike's first, isn't it?
Is it?
I believe.
Wow. You know what? The way Derek Carr has been pummeled this year, I mean, at times he looks shell-shocked. The emphasis was.
1st and 20 at the 16. He has time. Carr, now the pocket collapses, and now he goes down, and now Bud Dupree has sacked number 5.5 on the season. And that's a loss back inside the 10.
Wolf, have we been waiting for that or what?
We have been waiting for
Bud Dupree finally got the edge on Colton Miller and does a great job of bull rushing and then push-pull, pulls him down, and makes the sack.
The beautiful thing about it is he didn't take himself too far up the field. Again, he went through and then went down the middle of him, then got to the edge and came off and got the sack.
Gets the snap. He pumps. He looks. Now he's chased out of the pocket. He's hit and sacked back at the 5. And that is Stephon Tuitt with a big sack. On the year, he's got Fogel.
Once again, the footing out there, you saw Derek Carr trying to avoid the sack when he planted because Stephon Tuitt was in his face. He went down. And Stephon touched him, got the sack. Cam finished up, and that's what you got. That's what you love. That's what you got to do. You've got to put pressure on these guys. And on this offensive line, with 2 rookies starting at offensive tackle, and then now you've got John Feliciano starting because Assembly is hurt.
You know, tough outcome, but it's nothing mystical. It's not something that happened to us. It's something that we created, and we take responsibility for that. We didn't make enough plays to win the game. We got to make plays, and not only at the end of the game, man, just throughout the game. Not making enough significant plays, not taking enough advantage of opportunities. And we got to look at all aspects of what we're doing in an effort to rectify that. Not only what we're doing, what we ask those guys to do, the quality in which we're doing it, all of the above. And it's as simple as that. You know, we got to catch balls that we have an opportunity to catch. We got to sustain blocks longer. We got to tackle better. We got to make kicks. Just good fundamental things, and we're not doing it. So we're going to continue to work. We're going to absorb the negativity that comes with our current position. We understand that. We created it. It's our job to fix it. Ben had rib injury. He was able to come back into the game. Nothing else to specifically mention. Update you a little later in the week, obviously. Questions?
What was the determination to put Ben back in?
You know, he got looked at halftime. He got treatment. He came back out. We were waiting to see if he was going to be able to come back in. He was. Probably could have come in a series or so sooner, but we were in the rhythm and flow of the game. He was ready to go when he got back out there.
Was he medically cleared at halftime?
He was medically cleared when he got back out there. Obviously, he wasn't back out there at the start of the third quarter.
Why did Tuitt and Hayward come up and did that last time?
Again, we rotate people to keep fresh rushers in, so it's probably just that.
Mike, any thoughts on calling a timeout when they get down inside the 10, right around a minute left?
Yeah, I wanted to always keep a timeout for our offense. You guys know I kind of had that mentality about it, and I did. And I wasn't sure Juju was going to be able to get out of bounds, you know, on the subsequent possession. Just wanted to keep a timeout. Thought we had a chance to stop them. Wanted to utilize the timeout for the possession downs, 3rd down, 4th down. We used one before the 4th down, you know, to no avail.
Was the field that slippery where Boswell lined up? Or?
If it was slippery for us, it was slippery for them also. So, you know, I'm not going to make field conditions an excuse. It was slippery for everyone.
It's now 6 missed field goals for Boswell this season. How do you evaluate him moving forward?
You know, it's disappointing here today, you know, and that's all I'm going to say on it.
So you don't think you need a new kicker?
I said that's all I'm going to say on it. It's disappointing here today.
Anyone else?
Your defense gives up a 75-yard drive at the end of the game when you just got the lead. How disappointing is that?
Big time, you know. I think equally as frustrating as we're on some of these plays. You know, we're there at the ball. We're not making plays on the ball, and you know, probably equally as frustrating is we're not making them and they are. It's not like these balls are falling incomplete. So we got some work to do.
You say you want to take a look at everything. What's that process going to look like in the next week or so?
What do you mean?
You said you want to look at the whole process.
We're going to go through our normal processes in terms of readying ourselves to play for a game this upcoming week. There is no, self-scout or anything of that nature, man. Redemption Sunday is coming, and we better be prepared for it, as it is every Sunday.
And what some of the teams in the playoff picture did ahead of you today, with some of those teams that lost, how frustrating is that you missed an opportunity here today?
I'm not really aware of that, to be quite honest with you.
Last drive, whose decision was it to run that play, the hook and ladder? Was that Randy's suggestion? Was it Ben? Or?
I take responsibility for everything that we do, both good, bad, and different. We're not getting into the division of labor and things of that nature. That's not how we function.
How were Ridley and Samuels blocking today?
We didn't run the ball as well as we'd like, but that's an 11-man job for our offensive unit. So I'll have more details or further descriptions of contributions probably for you on Tuesday.
Anyone else? All right.